Hi everyone, here we are with Professor Balaram, who has a very remarkable career spanning over 4 decades, almost five, and that has been marked by numerous groundbreaking discoveries and contribution to the field of peptide chemistry and biophysics. So, Professor Balaram, please, could you share with us a pivotal moment of or a research experience that was important for you, that significantly shaped your scientific outlook and the trajectory of your work?
Yes, I can, because I mentioned it in the seminar that I just gave. I think the pivotal moment for me was when I received on one of my very first papers on AIB peptides a referee's report from the Journal of the American Chemical Society. And the referee wanted me to do things which I had no way of doing in Bangalore. And the result was that I was thinking of alternate ways of doing the same thing. And that's what got me into crystallography and everything else that followed on AIB peptides.
Yeah, you know that here in Padua we are very interested
Yes.
in peptides with AIB. So I was wondering if you think that you might talk about the significance of this kind of peptides, as you already mentioned in your seminar, but for young people to understand the implications for drug design.
Yes, AIB is probably the simplest of the non-protein amino acids to introduce. It is a derivative of alanine where you have an extra methyl group. It's very easy to make, widely available, and it has this remarkable property of constraining peptides to folded conformations. Therefore, you can design peptides well by introduction of AIB at strategic positions. In addition, the introduction of AIB now stabilizes peptides to proteolytic degradation. These two properties have been used in two of the most widely publicized drugs of 2023 and 2024, that is the anti-obesity GLP-1 analogs.
Yeah, exactly. But talking to the young people, you have mentored a lot of students, a lot of postdocs, a lot of graduate students. So, could you share your perspectives on the importance of nurturing young scientific talent and fostering a collaborative research environment?
Yes, I think for fruitful scientific research, and I think in country like India, we find this a very pressing problem. To create a scientific environment, you need many people to be collaboratively interested in the same kind of problems so that they can work together, and then you have a nucleus of students who all learn from one another. And I think collaboration is going to be the way of the future. And the young have to be nurtured, because it's the young who then become old.
Yeah, it's true. And finally, you worked in a variety of research fields. For the future, what if you were a new PhD student now? Which of those research fields you think will be the most promising now for younger people?
I would say that's almost impossible to say, because if I had asked myself when I went to do PhD in 1969, if I were reading the scientific literature and I wanted to work in a field, which one would I have chosen? If I knew what I did today and I had then read the paper, I read a paper called Biochemistry at 100 degrees centigrade by one of the founders of the field of chemical ecology, Thomas Eisner. I read it after I had retired. And I always thought if I'd read it in 1969, the field of chemical ecology would have been the one in which to go, where the field was just starting. You must always go to a field which is just starting and everybody is not talking about it. The second field which I missed, which I sometimes regret, is that all of molecular biology really began in the 1970s. By that time, I had already come back to India and started my work. If I were to do it all over again in the 1970s, maybe I would have gone to a molecular biology lab in the United States at that time. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. And also, collagen now is very trendy, isn't it?
Yes.
And we will have a collagen summit, so we are waiting for you on the 7th of July with Helma Venemers and
Yes,
Ron
yeah.
Rains coming here to give talks
talking
about
collagen.
yeah. So I think it's really a very hot topic still.
Yes, collagen. When Ramachandran did the triple helix of collagen, it was just a structure. Now it is a protein of great importance in disease and aging and everything else.
Yeah, so thank you so much, Professor Balaram, for being here and for giving us your time. Thank you so much. Bye.